You're listening to TalkTainmentRadio.com.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
Dr. Bass Claude Smith, and this is Talk Payment Radio, and you listen to Stairway to Heaven. And my topic today is about Sodom and Gomorrah. That's just going to be about that, and the main subject is shame in the city. Before I get started, I'd like to do all my shout outs. Stairway to Heaven is brought to you by the Sensational Keys of Harmony Praise Temple, and also a lot of other friends like my favorite friend from Cleveland. Her name is Johnny Mae Johnson, and she had a little friend, a little pet dog I call her Hot Mama. And also to Minister Sheila Gillespie, Reverend Sanders from Sandusky, Reverend Mike from Praise Temple, Elder Smith, and my sisters, and also to Britton Woods Apartments. Now get back to my subject, and here's what I say, that it's a lot of stuff's going on today, a whole lot of other things that was showing that's seeing like nobody don't care, and it's not right. But I'm coming to you from Genesis chapter 19, verses 20 to 25, and it says, "Behold, now this is city near to unto, and he is a little while. Oh, let me escape. Is not a little one, and my soul shall live. And he said unto him, I have escaped the concerning of this. There also I will not overthrow the city, for which thou hast spoken, as escape to another. For I cannot do anything till thou hast come. Therefore, the name of the city is called Zar, also known as Sodom and Gomorrah." This country, the cities, and I might want to say the whole world, wherever it is known to have changed, has come to a Sodom and Gomorrah legacy, or I would say history, or study today. It has become to the point where everybody doesn't care who's who, and who don't care what they do. They just let it all out in the open. You got the things the schools have changed. The people where you work at have things. Everything has gone to that. Gone into that. You got your children. They're being taught things that they shouldn't be taught in school. We got same-sex marriages, men marrying men, women marrying women. And I mean, that's their thing, and I know it's wrong. It's in the Bible, it's wrong, it's an abomination, but it's in the Bible that is abomination. But it's doing this in Timothy, 2 Timothy, as it says, I don't have the verse one, but it says, men will become lovers of themselves. There will be boasting, disobedient, corruption, you name it, and this is happening. This is time. We are living in a world of sorrow. Sorrow has begun. And Satan has taken over just about anything that he can. You have things that's going on in the home, and it's not in the closet anymore. It's outside. They're bringing them out the closet. People don't hide things like they used to anymore. It has gone down to the point where children, what's happened to them, they're teaching children certain things, our kids certain things that should be done. It's getting to the point where At one time, I seen a billboard that says marriage is between one man and one woman and one man. And that's the way, in my generation, that's the way we was brought up. But now it seems like marriage is between woman to woman and man to man. You cannot take two lights and create a family. You know, it's always unlike. There's a like or there's an unlike. You cannot take, I'll say it again, cannot take two lights and create anything. It's just going to stay the same. And it doesn't matter how it comes, they don't care how they do it and how they start it. Because there's an old saying that they use all the time. I'm a woman put in a man's body, I'm a man put in a woman's body. I done heard that so many times. So many times. I even heard in some old talk shows that used to be on TV. But when you take things when you don't take things for granted and make it a superior thing, then you really the mess is messed up. Another reason why I say that this country has become a Sodom and Gomorrah is because people don't care who they just got to the point marriage is not even being respectful. Marriages are not being, a man, you can stand out to say I do, and God walk from the altar, and then maybe a couple of years later, somewhere along the line, one of us failed. Either the man or the woman, doesn't care. Sally, she got her outside piece, and JoJo got his side piece. And when that happens, it comes a confusion. And a whole lot of confusion. It's been to the point now that when children are coming up, especially the little ones, coming up, they used to see your mommy and daddy holding hands, kissing goodbye or good night or stuff like that. But now it's to the point you don't see that anymore. But they bringing their children to tell the young ones, well, it's all right for you to kiss a man if he's the same sex, or tell the little one, it's all right to kiss a woman. And to the point now, you don't know who's who. You know if it's a man or a woman. You got men dressing up like women, or got men having transgender thing there, change themselves from men to women, and women change themselves from women to men. But you don't. But the thing is, you were put here as you are. God don't make no mistakes. He does not make any mistakes. You was born a man and you were born a woman. And why in the world would you let your mind get that low? It's because Satan has his enemies, got his troopers out, and can whisper anything he wants in your ear. He whisper anything in your ear. I'm going to say this, and I hope I remember. I'm going to check with my pastor tomorrow. You got enemies. You got some pastors that has gotten into the church. You got some pastors. You got some pastors is married men. You got some gay churches. You got some female pastors marrying females. But like I say, it's all right. Blah, blah. I seen on a talk show one time, but there was a pastor and this transgender was together and they was married. And I heard this transgender said he called Jesus Christ a she. And he said, she told me to do this. I beg the difference. Jesus Christ didn't tell you to do that. Satan told you to do that. Because Christ does not have no homosexuals or any gay people in his flock. He would cast them out. He would cast them out. And how can you come tell your friends or your friends, how can you gay pastors to get up there in the pulpit and preach a sermon and you know you got your husband sitting in the front row. Well, this is the first man. This is my husband. Or you got lady pastor say, this is my wife. That's my first wife. It don't goes and it don't mix and it doesn't play when inside the church. You got so much going on inside the gayness, and the same-sex thing is just about took over everything. They were on the outside, but now they're coming on the inside, which they've been coming. They were on the inside, but now they're coming out their closets, or shall I say, they're coming out their robes. They always say that the wolf dressed in sheep clothing, seeking who he can devour. In other words, he's seen enough now. He done picked out who he can get. He done picked out what he can take. He done picked out who he gonna kill. Mostly wolves kill sheep, and when there's a sheep in the flock, when there's a wolf in the flock dressed as a sheep, you better believe he's trying to find which one he's gonna take or which one he's gonna kill. And it's mostly the baby lamb he's gonna try to kill. It's also that point that when the children, our children today, got to the point where they don't seen so much of this stuff and was taught so much of this stuff, they're beginning to act like what they saw. The last time I seen a pride parade, there was 2 children in a wagon, and there was 2 couples in the wagon. And what the bad part about it was, you got your children put in the wagon marching in a parade, and they watching their mothers and fathers kiss each other. They're watching the father kiss the man, the mother kissing the woman. And that's what's going to grow up in their mind. As I told you before, the mind is nothing but a garden. What you put in it grows. And it grows just like you put a seed in the ground to grow a beautiful rose or a beautiful flower. And it grows as long as you water it. Well, that's how the mind works. You put something in your mind and it grows. It grows and it grows each and every day. It grows. And so much shame that it's, it's beginning to become sickening. It's become sickening. Another thing part of shame in the city is that people nowadays don't know how to dress. There used to be, everything was full covered, but now they letting it all hang out. They don't care how they dress. They don't care how they dress. The men don't care and the women don't care. Mostly, the women come out as shown as a advertisement or a temptation. And as the song goes, you're not until temptation, but deliver us. And then there's another thing is that when you see, and some of these men that dress real high-minded, high-fine, real tight, they got some of these ladies out here working for them as far as the age of 14 years old. Now, what a 14-year-old child doing out here in the streets, performing certain acts with a grown-up, and she got a 24, let's say about an 18-year-old, 24-year-old pimp beating her, taking the money. Or she make a wrong mistake, he either beat her or he gonna kill her. That's what happens. You got to the point, and another thing is that this shame in the city is so bad, it's completely taken over. It's getting to the point where it's gonna push Christianity out of the city. It's trying to, even down to the news, that there's certain things gonna get to the point where you won't be able to mention Jesus Christ's name on your papers, or they're trying to get it where they can just snatch it off television, off the radio. It's going to be to the point where it's going to be so quiet, religion is going to be a crime. The Antichrist take over, religion is going to be a crime. You're going to wind up going to jail for preaching. And when that happens, you're going to have underground churches. Churches are going to be so far in the basement, undergrounds, anywhere. And people have to sneak out of the building without being caught for having church services. It's getting to that point. It's going to get to that point. And when they get to that point, we just had to, and pretty soon, it's going to be what they're going to, like they're doing a raid now, they are going to raid every house that has a Bible in it. And if they caught you with that Bible, they're going to tear it up or burn it. Either you turn it or burn it. It's going to be the point where they're going to threaten you. Either you give up Christ for your life, or you come with me. It's like live or betrayed. And brothers and sisters, we do have traitors out there. We got a whole lot of traitors. We got a whole lot of snitches, people that tell everything that you do. Oh yeah, this is part of the shame of the city. You got a whole lot of traitors. You got a whole lot of people telling stuff. Today, it has gotten so far, it's growing because it has gotten into the music that our young people listen to. The words that they say are vulgar, very vulgar. The words that there's so much disrespect, and they teach you how to be disrespect towards each other. It's a shame. They teach you how, they say so much this and that and the other. They disrespect a woman in a minute. They disrespect a man in a minute. And if it's always every song that comes out, that in that rap music comes out, it's always talking about who they gonna kill and what they gonna do to the women. Or she better do what I tell her to do, or I'ma do this. Or she ain't nothing but a trap. That's disrespectful for any woman. It all depends on how the woman feels. If she want to be, all women are not disrespectful. There's a whole lot of respectful ladies out there. But you got some out there that doesn't care. They disrespect. Don't care how disrespectful they are. They're going to go through with it. And they don't care who they meet or who they be with. And when that little seed, that 9-month seed that grows inside their belly, and they go look for that dude that put it there, he's going to dog them again. He ain't going to see, well, no, it ain't mine. It's that other dude's, baby. And you know, doggone well, he know daggone well it's his. But still, she tried to get help, and they deny her. And where she at? She's just out there selling drugs, or she's out there performing her body in an indecent way. Same way with the guys. You guys, you're not. I know there's some good guys out there, and there's some that's not so good. You got guys out there that don't care, don't want to work. All they want to do is hustle. Anything to hustle. Because the fast money you make, as soon as you get it in your hands, it's gone. It is really, really gone. And once it's gone, that's it. That's it. But there's only one way out. And the way out is get on your knees and pray. And that's the Lord to pull you out of there. Take you away from protect your life. That's the only way you're going to get out. And another thing is, once you get out, stay out. You got some in there, you could talk to them about this, how to get out, but they don't want to get out. They like it where it is. Why should I give up this? I'm making all this good money. And they tend to take it out. And they take it out and flash it and show what they got. And next thing you know, they're down. Next thing you know, they'll take a walk 2 blocks away from them. Soon they turn that corner. There's always somebody there waiting for them to gun them down. There's always somebody there and say, hey, you know what you owe me? You owe me some money. You owe me some money. And it may not be that you owe that guy that money. He just doing it because you flashed the road you had in your pocket out. And what he do, he guns you down. Or if you done gun you down, he got his boys to kind of gun you down, to beat your butt. I seen, it's a mess. This country is so shameful and so bad that it's going down the tubes. Nobody respects nobody anymore. Let's say the whole world. Nobody respects nobody anymore. Doesn't care. Don't care who you are. Doesn't care what religion you belong to. Doesn't care how respectful you are. Those that are respected are getting gunned down. Those that are disrespected, oh, they love the wall they crawl on, or the ground they walk on. They'll do anything to walk that ground. They'll do anything to respect them because they train it. They tell them this. Most of them to get there where they had lied to get there. They had to do certain things to get where they are. They forget what brought them across the water, what brought them across the bridge. They forgot who got them there. They had forgot how it was when they once was down and didn't have nowhere to go, and they let someone fill their head full of mess to get where they were. Hey, doc, look, I know you're down. Here's blah, blah, here's a few dollars. Help you. So if they help you, and if they help you, then what? And then next thing you know, they show you how they got where they are. You fall right into the little trap. And once you get into the trap, you cannot get out. Say, I want to get out. No, you can't. You're in it for life. Because once the first thing you tell you, once the only way you're going to get out, either we put you in your grave or put you in your grave. As the song say, from the cradle to the grave, or from the cradle to the prison. And you got two choices, really three. You can avoid the other two and walk away from it all. Say, hey, I don't want to do this. It ain't causing me but trouble. And once it causes you trouble, then what? You don't know how to get yourself so deep and so far that you can't get out of it. You can. You can get out of it if you want to. But the way you have to get out, you have to do it in a way where you have to go somewhere. I mean, people that's trying to get out of the mess they're in, they're hiding. They're changing their names. They're changing everything. They're going from state to state, city to city, going somewhere where they don't nobody know them or try to be known. And this is how it is. When you are down like that, when you get to the point where you can't take no more, you want to get out, they ain't going to let you out. Because some way or another, they're going to find you. They are going to find you. I remember when a few years back, this young man had got tired of living the life that he was living. He got out of it. He moved to another state where family was. They found him. And they told him, either you come with us or we're going to kill one of your relatives. And it happened. He left to save his family member's life. There's another thing, and sometimes these young kids are getting stuff that they don't need to be into. That's just how it is. They get stuff that they don't need to get into it. It happens in a way that it does. My friends, the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of us, and a whole lot of us, don't even think of what we're getting into. And this is why this session is called Shame in the City. And when it's like that, you don't know who's who, what's what. Because the shame in the city is just a mess. It's really a mess. Now, as it also said, I would say this: the light that then the Lord said unto Sodom and Gomorrah, brimstone and fire from the Lord out of the heavens, and he overthrew those cities. When he destroys, when the time comes when this old earth and all these sins destroyed, where you going to be at? Where you going to hide? Because God's getting tired of, he's being patiently. And he's really being patiently. You know, there's going to be a time he's going to get tired of it, and then when it comes, it's going to come. There's lots of life when Lot and his families, his daughters, flew from Sodom, Gomorrah. He told them, depart from here. Do not look back. And you know, it gets, and she stopped and turned around and looked back and was turned into a pillar of salt. As they say, when you leave, don't look back. Don't even think about looking back. Because there's so many of us when we leave, keep straight, keep your head straight. Don't even think about looking back. Don't even think about looking back. When you don't look back, that's it. You're out of there. Get away from there. But some of us get so weak that we look back. And this is shameful. This is like you telling a child, don't drink the water because the water is bad. But instead of he listening to you, he drinks the water and he gets sick. And once he gets sick, he doesn't pay it no attention. And when you find out what caused him to get sick, because he drank something you told him not to drink. But he's being hard-headed, he went on and drank it anyway. My friends, as I go along, I'm going to say this. Before, you know, a lot of us, when we leave and look back, we all become pillar of salt. We all sometimes become disobedience. And when you look at disobedience, as I said in Timothy, like I said, I can't think of the verse. I know it's chapter 2 or chapter 3. But it says there, some of us are going to be disobedient. And when God tells you to leave and don't look back, don't look back. But some of us are going to look back. Someone's going to look back because the reason why he tells us don't look back, because what he's about to do, he don't want you to see. Or what he's about to do, he don't want. And some of us tell you don't look back because somewhere you're going to forget weak along the side and look back anyway and run right back to it. And some of us do get weak and look back and look back. And you keep running, you keep looking back, and all of a sudden, well, I can't go no farther. I'm going back. Why you want to go back to that? Why? Was it that great? Or you enjoy the torture? And you got people out there that enjoy the torture. They enjoy the whole thing of being tortured. And then that's their punishment for looking back. Really, that's their punishment, assault. And you talk to them, well, I thought you got, well, I did, but I got to think, I think I'd better stay where I like it where I'm at. I think I'll stay where I just stay right here. Because if I go out there, I might do this. No, it's been from your good. But then, once you try to do for yourself and do the good for yourself, that person's you're going right back to that person that you're running from. He's going to brainwash you some type of way. He's going to tell you some type of thing to brainwash you with. So why go back to him or to them? You were left the city of shame, went right back to it. And once you go back to it, it looked bad it was bad when you come out there. All of a sudden, everything began looking good. Oh well, that was the first time. I guess I'll go back and give it a second chance. But go ahead, give it a second chance. But it ain't gonna be that sweet as the first one, because the second time you go back, it's gonna be worse and worse. And you're so far from that you went out when he get back with you. he's begun to not to trust you. He began to accuse you of things that he's doing. He's begun to tell you that that I saw you with Joe Blow and you wasn't with Joe Blow. You was by yourself. Or somebody will call and tell him a lie, and he will believe it, and he'll come back and jump on you, but all at the same time, it's him. He's coming up for yourself. That's another part of shame in the city. And this city is so bad, it's off calendar, it's off the hook. And once it gets off the hook, you become off the hook. All right, my friends, now I'll finish this the next time. And thanks to you, my YouTube listeners listening. Let me remember this. The brain's done by the garden, but Richard put in the grow. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.